If you gave me the forced and false choice of searching only for a job by using traditional methods or LinkedIn, it would be the latter. It's easy. That's my choice, LinkedIn. Why? More and more employers are not posting jobs for starters. They're overwhelmed with applications. Therefore, they're using online networks, primarily LinkedIn, to recruit people, and they'd rather have 4 or 5 people that would be good possibilities versus 100 or 200 or more applications. My experience with LinkedIn dates back to 2003, and it's worked for me in terms of employers and others recruiting and reaching out to me, and also with former students like Randy Charles, who had 5 straight jobs that came from LinkedIn. She wasn't applying, recruiters and employers were messaging her and then hiring her. And what's wonderful is that Randy already had a job. She had all the leverage when it came to negotiation, and she is a big fan, and you should try and connect with her on LinkedIn, Randy with an I. So if you're reluctant to be on LinkedIn or not too active, here are some things to consider and ask yourself. What is the harm in using this top professional networking site? Is there a risk to you in not being active on it? You might want to look up and understand this idea of the passive job search. That's what Randy had. She had a job, she wasn't looking, but the job found her. This connects a little bit to personal branding, and LinkedIn is part of your brand, especially, of course, when it comes to employment. And don't sweat it if you don't have 1,000 connections or 500 connections. Shoot for 100. It's quality, not necessarily quantity, that counts. And also, LinkedIn isn't just how you can connect and how it can help you, but it's also how you can help others, how you pay it forward. This is part of life. Network effects. This is the 6 degrees of separation that LinkedIn is based on, and it's not just the Hollywood play or Broadway play and the Hollywood movie. It's a real sociological theory that we are connected to everyone on the planet by 6 degrees of separation. So it's not just the person you're connecting to, it's their network, who they know, that now you're part of if you connect with them. You wouldn't have no way of knowing these other people if you didn't at first connect with this person A. Once you do, you're part of their network, and that helps because you can meet person B, C, D, who they know. Another thing to keep in mind is you might think, oh, that person where they work doesn't interest me now, but you don't know where they're going to end up. They might be at a place later on that say, wow, I want to work there too. Well, creating that connection later might be a lot tougher as opposed to if you'd done it years earlier. Keep in mind. All right, some things that have happened with LinkedIn. They're an organism. They try and survive and they change. So over the years, here's what I've noticed that are really helpful things for you. When you see this thing on the right-hand side on LinkedIn in terms of people also viewed these profiles. So you might be searching for person X, and then you could see several people that others search for too when they look for X. And that's helpful to see who might be a good connection. They have an app on the phone which is really streamlined and has lots of benefits, including being able to send an invitation to connect directly without filling out any forms or writing any message, so it's really easy. Joining groups of a company you may want to work at or interested in. Why? To be active with people that are working there and others in that realm, and also because LinkedIn gives a benefit. If you're in a group, they say you're trusted and therefore can send a message to anyone else in that group. You don't have to be linked to them. It's a nice bonus. LinkedIn's also started publishing and sharing. And in today's web world, I don't know if you could ever do enough of that. It really helps brand you and set you apart and really connects and lets you learn as well and others from you. And in recent years, they've done a thing with alumni feature. So you can look for people that have went to your school and see where they're working, company they're working in, and really drill down and connect with them directly to the ones that matter and make the most sense. And since you have that school connection, it's a warm opening and an easy one to really go after. All right, some tips. Accept invitations and connect to strangers. In real life, everyone you meet's a stranger until you meet them, right? It's the same thing on LinkedIn and online. Be smart, of course. Second, search and reach out for others that you don't know. If you're just connecting with people you know, you don't even need LinkedIn. You're already connected. And when reaching out to someone, if it's really important or someplace or someone valuable, think about writing a personal message on why you want to do this and who you are. It takes a little bit more time, but it might be worth it. Join and be active in, again, those company organizational groups on LinkedIn. It's super, super helpful. And don't view LinkedIn as a place just to use when you're looking for a job. It's that idea of the passive job search. Randy Charles already has a position. Employers are finding her and then recruiting and hiring her and offering more in order to lure her away from her existing job. All right, in closing, if you haven't yet connected with me on LinkedIn, you should. Then see who I'm connected to that might be sensible for you to try and connect. Reach out. Go for it. Your network awaits, and only you can build it.